is that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, BioSteel, Hilton Quebec, Michelob Ultra, Wilson, APAR, and by Sun Life.
One more game left to determine who will play for the gold medal tomorrow night. It's Saskatchewan, the defending national champions, against the host, Laval Rouge. Dinah Ross, Mo Khan here on this Saturday evening. Coach, giving to you, we're down to the last two, Saskatchewan and Laval. The hosts, the defending champions. A lot to play for right now. Emotions will be at an all-time high given where we're at right now for this game.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? It's we're in the last game of the semifinal, and both of them wants to get to that championship final game. And ultimately, Laval is trying to bring it home once again for the Laval Rouge fan.
So we look at it this way. Thursday night, TMU is up 12 against Laval. Laval makes the run. They win an emotional game. Saskatchewan, remember, they lost to Calgary in the Can West semifinals.
Yeah.
2 weeks to simmer. They took out their rival, UBC. Who's got the edge?
I mean, I'm going to say the host team because of the environment. But Saskatchewan has that experience in that championship final game. So maybe they'll be able to bring it and make sure that, you know, Laval doesn't run away with this so easily.
Well, that's the thing. You talk about Saskatchewan, they got a wealth of talent. Laval, they're playing with heart, grit, and tenacity. You talk about Coach Tomitis, Coach Giroux, two excellent technicians. That might come down to what they do in terms of the play calling on both ends of the courts.
Yeah, and also comes down to the details and how well prepared the teams are and how you can execute down the stretch with the emotions and the excitement.
You talk about the coaches, we talk about the two players, Grasic and Khalifi. Those are the two stars, the headliners for both teams. How important will it be when those two collide on the court today?
Hey, well, I'm going to say that matchup is exciting to see. Khalifi is excellent at drawing fouls and creating for her teammate. Gage Grasic is a bucket, right? She was the former National Player of the Year, and so she knows she has a ton of a tool in her toolbox to get this team going.
Let's now go to courtside. Player introductions coming up first, and 40 minutes of unscripted poetry about to begin between Saskatchewan and Laval. Could Sask get it back to the national title game? Or Laval make it a host feast as they now look forward to play against UNB tomorrow night. Stay tuned here. And now, player introductions coming up. There we go.
Oh, my God.
The crew chief, l'arbitre en chef, Stephen Clough, sera assisté de Marie-Pierre Houle et Carrera Lamoureux. Et maintenant, voici la présentation des formations partantes des deux équipes. And now, please welcome the starting lineup for both teams, starting with the Saskatchewan Huskies. Le numéro 1, number 1, Maya Flindall. Le numéro 4, number 4, Tia DeMong. Le numéro 5, number 5, Gage Grasick. Le numéro 7, number 7, Andrea Dodig. Et le numéro 10 and number 10, Ella Murphy-Wibby. L'entraîneur-chef des Huskies, the head coach, Lisa Tomaitis. Et maintenant, voici l'alignement partant du Rouge et Or. Le numéro 2, Florence Fortin. Le numéro 3, Frédéric Baudy-Blais. Le numéro 4, Léa Sophie Verrette. Le numéro 7, Brinley Holt. Et le numéro 12, Sabrine Kenifi. L'entraîneur-chef du Rouge et Or, Guillaume Giroux.
Welcome back here. Player intro's done, and now it is time for Manic Saturday Night. It is the last piece of the puzzle for the final two. We went from the final four to the final three, and now we're down to the final equation. Defending national champions and the challengers. Laval looking to replicate what happened in 2024 when the men's team ended up winning as the number 8 seed hosts. And could it happen again in this version of this event here, Coach, as we get ready for tip-off between USask and Laval?
I mean, Mo, you know, they've shown a lot of grit and tenacity in the last game, and so, you know, anything can happen on this stage.
First possession out to the Huskies. They are scoring about 84 points a game this year, and they have the attacking acumen to do so today. The first draw, and the rebound right back to the Huskies, and this time it is DeMong off the miss from Grasick. And we are going back the other way. This Husky team, a beautiful piece of machinery and how they've been so far this season. And here's Sabrine Khalifi, the veteran, playing perhaps her last game or two on this court. Verrette bouncing off of Grasick. Laval, very calm. Holt going up. Rebound right back to DeMong, and a one and done for the Rouge et Or, and this will be a foul call on Laval.
Yeah, if you're the Laval Rouge et Or, you're probably not happy that Khalifi just picked up her first foul, you know, not even a minute into this game.
And we're not even 40 seconds into this game here, and we'll see how they will attack Khalifi on one personal foul. And now here's Gage Grasick scoring about 15 a game from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, and we're going the other way. So, from a coaching perspective, are the referees going to call this tight with 2 quick fouls in the first 48 seconds?
I don't know. I feel like the refs are just calling what they're seeing, and so it's really, you know, two teams that defend extremely hard, and they're just trying to compete at a high level right now.
Laval scoring about 71 points a game this year. Khalifi from 15. And a rebound right back over to Dodig. Still 0-0 between Saskatchewan and Laval. Grasick. Post play. Head fake. Left to right. And Saskatchewan strikes first, courtesy of Weep.
Right, that's just a lot of patience down there. Great footwork. Way to find her angle to the rim.
Weep 5 times for 10-plus points, and Laval evens up at 2-2.
Yeah, we gotta, if you're a Sask, you gotta make sure that you stop them in transition.
Grasick again, kick out. Here's Flindell, who had a wonderful game on Thursday. Another veteran, the core group under Coach Tomaitis, trying to get back-to-back national championships through the lane, and a whistle and a foul is called as Weeb will go to the line, and she is a maverick when it comes out there, scoring about 12 a game, 80% from the line from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, 5th-year player, and now a chance to give USask a lead.
You know, Sask is going directly into what they know best, playing with their high post, with Murphy Weeb making decision.
And a Husky team that makes about 14 free throws a game. They shoot about 72% from the line, and now they're up by 1. Remains 1. Rebound back over by Fortin, and here comes Verrett down the left side. Overload to the options to work with from the free throw line. And a one and done for Laval. Up ahead to Dodig, and she can glide through. And you can talk about the speed of the Huskies. They have this on a machine. They are a beautiful piece of machinery, this attacking intent for the Huskies. Flindell. Rebound, loose ball, and this is saved by Holt. And here come the Rouge the other way. Holt, transition 3, splash.
That's what Holt does.
Laval shooting 31% from 3, and this will be a foul on the Saskatchewan Huskies. We will be the guilty verdict. And for Coach Samaya's, there's no angst in her expression, knowing that they're going to have to go through this storm of not only the Laval players, but the home crowd as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the first thing first is trying to make sure that they stop Laval in transition, knowing that they can shoot those transition threes if you're the Saskatchewan Huskies.
Khalifi back out. Here is Fortin going through, and this is a jump ball, and it is Saskatchewan ball, well timed by DeMonk. And the Huskies, when you talk about the defending this year, Coach, number 2 in Canada, only giving up 51.8 points per game. Only 5 teams scored 60-plus points on them, and that might be the required medicine to beat the Huskies. And Khalifi, and last touch by Laval is Flindell, and Khalifi getting well acquainted, going toe-to-toe.
Hey, there's a lot of bodies on the ground early in this game, Mo, and a lot of whistles.
A lot of perspiration on the court as well. But right now this game has a pedigree of maybe being a photo finish. Coming into the game now for Laval is Anne-Marie Babin from Rimouski, Quebec. And going off is Fortin, so Giroux trying to go into the option box that he has of players. Flindell on the help, looking for the outlet. And that ball is sent towards Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. And that is turnover number 2 for the Huskies, who hit about 15 a game. They're number 3 in Canada, so they play rather clean basketball when it comes to the turnover numbers favoring them.
Yeah, they're having a hard time to find a flow offensively, but again, so early in the game to predict what can happen in this game, Mo.
3 minutes in, Verrett. Khalifi, and unfortunately, that will not count, and we're going the other way. And her size 6s were outside the line of demarcation.
You know, Saskatchewan has 4 turnovers so far. Laval has 2 of them.
And Sask is trying to get themselves back in this game, down by 2. Holt with the go-ahead 3. Early days in this first quarter of action. Here is Dodig. High-low. And Weeb has found her way, and she is starting to fizz for the Huskies.
Yeah, I still feel like Saskatchewan's players are a bit shy.
And that wasn't a shy movement. That is a travel by Khalifi, and we're going back the other way. And you have to think here for the veterans for Laval, they're going to have to play beyond their means because this Saskatchewan team has plenty of depth to work with beyond their starting 5.
Absolutely, Mo. And a lot of them were able to be on this stage last year already. And so they do have that experience in their toolbox.
Final episode on day 3, and right now they're hoping for a firecracker of a game. And here comes Gage Grassick. Back out it goes, and with it is Weeb. Here is Reeder in the game. Weeb tripped up, and that is going to be a foul on Laval, in which who will be guilty on that. And with 6:18 left, this will be on the end line for the Huskies. Grassick the inbounder with 14 left in the shot clock. A congestion abides in the key, and back out it goes towards Dodig. Watched by Verrett. Dodig negotiating, finding Weeb. This has been her style, and she will go to the free throw line, and the profile of Weeb has been attack, 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 and get to the line as she's done a couple of times already.
You know, Mo, this is what we're seeing, the tendency. Saskatchewan wants their forwards to attack Laval's forward and, you know, hopefully get a few layups or at least, you know, some free throws, just like this one here. But really, the emphasis on attacking Laval's forwards is on full display.
And the free throw confirmed by Weeb. And again, this great battle that she's had so far. And it's now a 6-5 lead for the Huskies. Back in the pole position. And it makes it a 7-5 lead. And Laval, work to do in this situation. Again, a team that shoots about 38% from the field. Saskatchewan, 45%, which is #1 in Canada. Barrett looking for the pick and pop, finding through traffic. Play on we go. And that will be a foul call on Pregame. And she thought she was fouled, and now we go the other way.
Yeah, that's it's a frustration foul, right? There's a lot of motion, you know. Got a bit undisciplined there from Pregame.
In the game for the first time today is Audrey Earl, who hit a 3 against TMU to open up the account. And now we'll see what she can do. And now it is Weeb at the line once again. She's starting to set up real estate on the free throw line, and a rare miscue for her. And it remains 7-5 for Saskatchewan over Laval with 5:53 left in this first quarter of play. This gym has been a fortress for Laval for many, many years. However, they lost last week to McGill in the Quebec final. And they want to avoid losing this serious game against Saskatchewan, have an opportunity to be in the final tomorrow against UNB.
We're seeing quick subs from the Laval Rouge.
And back over comes the Holt. Watch closely this time by the #4 shirt in Tia DeMong, and well defended by Grastic. They lay the trap out, and here come the Huskies. Switch of play. Reader. And the rebound back to Holt, and away come Laval as they breathe a sigh of relief. And Laval will have to be patient and play with a high IQ with the way they defend by the Huskies. And back with his Verret, watched by Reader. Here's the sidecar pass going over towards Baudry-Blais. Holt. Earl. Holt again. And a rebound for Grasik.
Holt will never shy away from taking those deep threes, especially if you allow her a bit of space.
Shooters shoot, and that's what she does. Backdoor, well read by Holt. Here come the Rougier, 3-on-2. Earl looking, waiting. Maybe one pass too many by Laval, and the arrow remains in favor of Laval.
Mo, this game so far, there's a total of 9 turnovers, and it's only been 5 minutes of playing time right now.
And with that timeout called on the court, you're watching the 2026 Sun Life U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8 presented by Michelob in Hilton, Quebec on CBC. It's Saskatchewan 8, Laval 5 from St. Foy, Quebec. Well, the best U Sports men's volleyball teams battle at the 2026 BioSteel Men's Volleyball Championship, March 13th to 15th from the University of Windsor. Catch all the action exclusively on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, CBC Sports YouTube, U Sports on CBC, where champs are made. And right now, Diana's going to call you Gavin Bear because she's doing the French broadcast. I apologize for that. But right now, Coach, this has been a good start. It's a feel-out process in this first round. And now back over to Laval it is on the miss by the Rougier. Verret back over. And with 4 left in the shot clock. Holt's going to have to release it. Ambitious and advantage played back over to the Huskies. Reeder going through. Flats looking through, and they blew a tire, and unfortunately for Dodig, their size 8's right out of bounds.
Mo, this is their 6th turnover. I don't know that they have already that many turnovers to start a game ever this season.
Well, they're now 1/5 of the way towards that number of 15 per game. So that's not the good news that they want to have for Tomatis. But again, as we move past the halfway point in this first quarter, tail of the tape, who's got the advantage?
Right now, I believe Laval does.
Back it comes, and over it is. Here is Baudry-Blais. Ural for 3. And that will plinko its way off the backboard out of bounds, and this goes back to the Huskies with 4:09 left in this first quarter play.
If you're Laval, you're happy with the shot that just happened. You know, you have Elodie Lajoie on the floor, you have Frédéric Baudry-Blais on the floor that can shoot it, as well as Ural here.
Here is Fladel back with it. Overload to the right of the formation. And here is Grasic, watched closely by Baudry-Blais. Tough shot. And the cleanup not there, and a whistle, and this will be a foul on Laval. And I believe that Saskatchewan will be in the bonus here, which unfortunately for Laval is not good news with 3:51 left. And at the line is Olivia Harm from Stockholm, Sweden, shooting 71% from the free throw stripe.
Yeah, Laval seems to be overly aggressive and eager. But ultimately, you got to be able to try to stop that, finish those possession before getting into those foul troubles.
Harm had 3 games with 10-plus points, 0 for 2. And back over it comes towards Ural, and away goes Khalifi with 3:45 left, 8-5 lead for Saskatchewan. And the head fake through. And now what is in the bag of tricks for Guillaume Giroux and the Laval Rouge? Khalifi, because she be the star of stars. The fade. And right now, that rim is looking like a keyhole for the shooting acumen for Laval in this game. They are now 2 of 11 from the field. A long range, right down Raymond Lebec Boulevard, and that will cure their ills back to 8-8.
You know, Mo, yesterday she went Thursday she went 1 for 11, and right now she's already 1 for 1 in this game.
Open 3, Reeder. And there is a whistle, and there is a foul. And with 3:07 left, Saskatchewan, and right now, Coach, the cutting by the Huskies have caught Laval flat-footed, which has resulted in a plethora of fouls against Rouge.
Yeah, I mean, Laval has to be careful with that before they get into personal foul trouble and not being able to follow this Huskies team.
Maldi at the line, shooting 59% from the stripe. And she's showing ice cool veins from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. And Laval down by 1, 9-8 to the Saskatchewan Huskies. And now they're up by 2, the Huskies. And coming back in the game is Fortin, and going off will be Juliette Denis, and it is Laval chasing this game. A feel-out process like a boxing match. We are now into round 3 of this first period of action. And the quick hands, and this will be a whistle, and that will stop play. Demong tied up with Fortin on that sequence.
It is now a 7-3 team foul count, and there's still 3 minutes to go, Mo.
It's been a long 7 minutes here. A lot of start and stop emotions. Inbound back over to Fortin, looking for the options to work with. Khalifi. She's definitely the maestro of this offense, trying to figure out and pick the lock of the Huskies defense. 6 left in the shot clock for Laval. Dribbling, driving, looking, the lefty to the right, and that will find its way through, and we're back to 10-10.
Yeah, you know, Sabrine is very comfortable when she gets into that paint. She likes that one-legged shot or, you know, that turnaround to her left hand.
Here's Reeder. And back over to goes to Fortin. And Khalifi's on the go. Drop pass, Fortin from the center arc. And a rebound right back over to Laval, trying to elbow the way through is Ural, and they get a new 14 to work with. Open 3 for Verrett. And that's off the iron. And so far, Laval from the 3-point line is 2 of 7. Remember, they went 10 of 40 against TMU on Thursday night.
You know, Mo, that's the problem, is that if Laval gets into a flow, even though they're missing some shots, those are shots that they want to take. And so if Saskatchewan, you know, they've got to do a much better job, you know, contesting those three, or even, you know, running them off that three-point line.
The best effort Laval had from three-point range this year was 22 of 44 against UQAM during the regular season.
22 threes?
22 threes.
Wow.
High-low, Grasic. And this will go out of bounds. Last touch by Laval. And Grasic had an absolute sitter on the fingertips, but could not get that through to get the reprieve of the ball back in their hands. Grasic side out, and we're looking for Flindell. She'll go to option B, and this time it's Weeb. Great start for her. The cut again from DeMong. Lovely move. Rebound again. Weeb in traffic. And this is going to go and remain Husky ball.
Yeah, Mo, you know, we talked about it. There's a lot of offensive rebounding happening on this side here. Already at 4, if I'm not mistaken.
You're correct. It is 4 rebounds, correct. And right now it's been one-way traffic of dominance from the Huskies when it comes to rebounding numbers and flow of play. Flindell from the 45. And a rebound for Fortin, and this remains Saskatchewan ball. Again, the Walls keep on closing on Laval when it comes to these 50-50 balls here, and Saskatchewan's done a good job to pin them deep.
Yeah, now they just need to convert it if they want to, you know, start taking a lead on this.
Weeb back out to Grasic. The present, and now here is Weeb looking towards the area. The 3. Overcooked that one, and Fortin, unfortunate for her, caught in 2 minds. Some butterfingers on her palms. And this will go back to Laval, and they will get another chance here.
I was going to say, Laval hasn't been on offense in a long time.
It's almost like Groundhog's Day for Saskatchewan. Weeb. And Laval can finally breathe. Verrette's on the go. 10-10, 1:18 left in this first quarter play. Verrette attacking, looking, going against Dodig. This pirouette going from Couturier. And she got fouled. And that will be the 4th team foul on Sask with 1:10 left in this quarter play.
Right here. It's a physical play for sure. I mean, the ref saw a blocking foul in it. I know Coach Tomaitis is not happy with it, but this game has been, you know, very physical from the get-go on both ends.
And a free throw confirmed by Couturier. Not the most sublime free throw shooter on this Laval roster, but Coach Giroux does not care who takes it as long as they get through. That's the most important thing. 12-10 lead for Laval. That's their biggest lead of the day. And now it is Saskatchewan. Spotlight on them as we approach 1 minute left in this first quarter play. USask Laval. Challengers 12, champions 10. Off balance, too strong. Weeb back over to Grasic again. Around Verrette, back to Weeb. The interplay. And this will be a foul on Euro. And you mentioned the foul accumulation is starting to pick up on certain players here, Coach. And Laval can afford to run into trouble this early going towards the third and fourth quarter of this matchup.
Yeah, on this here, Euro has her 2nd foul, as well as Anne-Marie Babert already on the bench with 2 fouls.
And it appears that Euro, for now, is still on the court, and that is fire playing with fire if they keep her out there. 2 for 2, and we're back to 12-12. Leah Verrette. Could Saskatchewan break down this fortress? Verrette tried to create some daylight, repelled away by Dodig, and this Husky team gets about 3 blocks a game. They had 7 blocks, which was their high against Alberta this season.
Yeah, that's a beautiful defensive play by Dodig right there.
And back over to Fortin. Here comes the 2nd attempt. That was too strong, and with it is Weeb. Numbers favoring Laval. Flindell on the drive-by. Negotiating, looking for the outlet, and nice pass. And that is what you call intoxicating basketball by Saskatchewan, up by 2.
That's just early offense opportunities. What a great play from Murphy Weeb there.
Verrette. Could this be the last roll of the dice? Verrette And Flendell with the rebound. And here come the Huskies. They have members 4-on-2. Can they work the angles? Bounce pass, Grasic. And I beg your pardon, that wasn't Grasic, that was DeMong on the ground. And that will end the quarter. Saskatchewan 14, Laval 12. You're watching the 2026 Sun Life Youth Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob and Hilton, Quebec on CBC. Sask up by 2 over Laval from Saint Foy, Quebec.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest, le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Catch the best youth sports women's hockey teams as they face off in the 2026 Miller Waste Systems Youth Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Woolwich, Ontario. Action begins Thursday, March 19th on the CBC platform. That's GEM, CBCSports.ca, and the YouTube as well. And now quarter 2 is about to begin here, Coach. A key for Laval first. What do they have to do to kind of get more rhythm?
Earlier on, they were able to get into transition and find some open shots, and I think that's what they should be doing.
And that's what they do. Instinctive play holds, and the finish right there. For Saskatchewan, what do they have to do to kind of get a hold of this game?
1, stopping that transition defense, and 2, trying to find a better flow offensively. It's very physical, so just trying to, sustain those contact plays.
Rebound, last touch by, and this goes to Laval. And you can feel the tension in this game, and it was broken first by the three-point shot from Holt, and Saskatchewan kind of figured it out and kind of settled in here. But now we look at the rebounding numbers. That might be the key point in this matchup into quarter number 2.
Yeah, Saskatchewan so far has 13 rebounds with a total of 5 offensive rebounds, and I think that's where it's at. They are very aggressive off on that offensive rebounding game.
And here comes the aggressive passing by the Huskies. And the fade, the rebound Weeb in traffic, and that is going to be a marche, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, again, she traveled off of this one, but, she was right there getting an opportunity, and maybe the next possession, she won't be traveling so much and, putting Laval in foul trouble. But that's where Laval has to adjust, finishing possession with a contact on everyone on that floor.
Laval 5 of 20 from the field, Saskatchewan 3 of 17. Here's Khalifi on the switch with Weeb. Holt, watched closely by DeMong. Kick out, open for the flats. And a rebound right back over to the Huskies. And here's Weeb, who's brought her A game today. The switch of play and transition to Flendell. The jab step, Flendell looking off balance, and she will go to the free throw line. And just like Khalifi, she's able to create something out of nothing on that move.
Yeah, Flendell has a ton in her bag right there. Stop on a dime and pull it up, and knowing that, Frédéric Baudriblé has hands all over her.
And Baudriblé is a natural enforcer out there for the Rougior.
Yeah, she wasn't able to contribute so much into that TMU game, although they didn't need her in that case, but she had a bit of a gastro issue in that first game. It seems like she's feeling much better in this game here, Mo.
And now with it, it is free throws coming up for Lindell, I beg your pardon, scoring 15 a game. And the first free throw, and she breaks the noise tension that's being thrown at her by the Laval faithful. Laval down by 1, 15-14 to Saskatchewan. The Huskies, defending national champions. They beat Carleton last year. And a rebound for Holt. Barrett to her left, Holt looking towards the options. She finds Khalifi wide open in orbit at the edge of the logo. Holt, here's Khalifi on the switch from Weeb. Post play, near side it comes, and Laval being patient then 4. 5 up the shot clock. Holt, bank shot.
Yeah, I don't think Holt ever seen a shot that she doesn't like, Mo.
Shooters shoot, they're up by 2.
They are now 4 for 8 from that three-point line.
Saskatchewan ball, and a better effort for Laval, 50% from long range. But again, for Saskatchewan, they are 0 4 from long range.
Yeah, apologize, 4 for 9.
4 for 8, 4 for 9, doesn't matter. It's 50% or less, but nonetheless, still a high number for Laval. Here is the catch and shoot for Grasic. That will ping pong its way through. Last touch, and this goes back to Laval. Went off to DeMong the other way. Are you sensing now that Saskatchewan's feeling a little bit of angst with what has happened the last few possessions?
Yeah, you know, Mo, I think it takes a bit of time to get used to the environment and the physicality of the play, and you know, it's a long game. It's still early to say.
You're playing the long play in this matchup. Here's Verrett, watched by Grasic. Crossing, dancing, kicking. Khalifi caught in 2 minds, and we go back to Saskatchewan. And that's the one thing for turnovers right now for Laval. They have to be a little bit more cleaner. That's their 5th of the day. Coach Diana Ross, smoke on this Saturday evening. 7:32 left. Laval up by 2 over the Huskies. DeMong. And that ball was set to Regina.
Yeah, I think the ref missed a call right there. She got pulled by her arm, but you know, at the angle sometimes, you know, refs can't be perfect on that.
No one's perfect, we're human. And right now, Brittany Hope was superhuman on that long-range shot. Here's Khalifi on the left. And that was well defended by Dodig, and Saskatchewan back on the front foot once again. Flindell, Holt on her. High-low, well defended by Khalifi, and now the Laval Rouge have a 4-on-2. Going up, transition, rebound, Holt. Second bite, incomplete, and back to Saskatchewan it goes.
And that's one thing they don't know is that Khalifi is a really good post defender. She can constantly move her feet, and she's strong inside.
Back comes Weeb, over to Grasic, double team. We'll find Flindell versus Verrett. And this will be a foul on Verrett. And again, Flindell, the magical touch that she has to create something out of nothing. And Giroux's going to definitely try to work the referees now on those calls going against his team.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a physical game. Once again, there's a lot of frustration in both teams, but understandably, there's a lot at stake here.
Is there really?
Championship game.
I heard about that. That's tomorrow night.
What time?
5 o'clock. From the center arc. And a miss again from DeMong, who is a 26% three-point shooter, still a 2-point lead. So right now, this game is very low scoring, and this probably favors into Laval's hands, knowing how they want to play tough defense against a high-scoring team of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, so Saskatchewan.
And this will be possession now remaining Laval ball as Giroux got tied up by DeMong. And they'll bring in some fresh legs as Harm will come in. No subs lined up for Laval along with Reeder. So Tomatis going deeper into her bench to keep the legs fresh in this nip and tuck game between Laval and Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I was going to say Saskatchewan averages 83.3 points per game in the country, the first in the country. So, you know, the lower the points in this game, the better it is for Laval.
Holtz, that was not good. And with it now it's Grasic, and here comes Reeder. Drop pass towards Fidel, looking for the options to work with. South is 6 in this first half of play. Grasic around 1, now Verrett in the cover. Grasic again, trying to split through. Khalifi with the quick hands. One player to beat. Khalifi for the layup. And Laval's up by 4.
Yeah, again, Khalifi's such a good defender.
Timeout call by Saskatchewan. I want to talk about it. 5:41 left in this first half. You're watching the 2026 Sun Life U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob and Hilton, Quebec on CBC.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
It's Dancing with the Stars at St. Foy tonight, and Laval is up by a score of 19-15. And for Saskatchewan, they've not had on the right dancing shoes so far, Coach. What's got to change for them to get back in this game? Only down by 2 scores, but again, to kind of reassert their flow and their influence this matchup.
I mean, one is going to be taking care of the ball. They already have 10 turnovers in this game, and there's still 5:41 left in the first half. So one, taking care of the ball so that they can get into offensive flow, and 2, they're 0 for 6 from the 3-point line, and, credit to the Laval defense, making it tough on Saskatchewan to make shots.
Reeder with it on the switch with Holt. Reeder off balance. And this should be Saskatchewan ball, and it is confirmed last touch by Holt. And she went 50-50 with Harm on that. And right now, Saskatchewan's got a bit more size out there, and you have to wonder, could that lean on a smaller, quicker Laval team? The 3.
You've got to try different things, Mo.
And Harm got hooked. And this is going to be a foul the other way, going against Harm.
Yeah, Coach Lisa Tomaitis is not happy with the call considering how physical this game is.
There's a few tickles here and there for both teams. But right now, with 5:18 left, it's still a 4-point lead for Laval over Saskatchewan. The defending national champions trying to get back to the final.
I want to know where you got that tickle.
Well, Lejoie just tickled the net. And Laval is up by 7, the biggest lead of the day. Transition. DeMong back with it. Up and over, and that will silence the crowd as she gets first 2 points. She had 13 games of 10-plus points. She had 24, 13, and 6 against Manitoba this year.
That's such a veteran move with a great footwork from DeMong. A missed shot from Lajoie here. A shot that, Laval is very comfortable with.
It's been a throwback here. The attention to detail for both teams has been second to none. Reeder on the byline. Reeder off balance. And Laval back in recovery, trying to get through again with 4:30 left in this first half. Brinley Hope back up ahead, watched by Gage Grasic.
Mo, they've got to take better shots than the last one that Reeder just took. They're only 17% from the field right now.
And that's a rare mystery by Khalifi. Here's Gage Grasic again. She's got 4 to her left. She'll circle the wagons. And cutting through is DeMong. DeMong trying to find an outlet to Holt. And here is Reeder. Khalifi watching the brains of the operation in Reeder. Tomaitis says this is a low-maintenance team, and DeMong showing why it's low maintenance as she provides the fireworks in a tension-filled game.
Yeah, again, she's they're begging for a foul here on that as a green team, hoping that the refs are going to call something for them tonight. But on the other end, Laval is just being very physical and playing their brand of basketball.
Lejoie. Here is Holt. DeMong on her. 2 left at the death. And will that count? And it will not count. They'll have a conversation about that. And this could be a real swing. And they'll have a 3-way conversation. And by the pantomime reaction of the Laval crowd, they're not happy with the decision. Here it is.
I think that's a pretty good call from the refs there. The lights were on before she left, the ball left her hands.
And with that 3-point lead, Saskatchewan ball. And all of a sudden, the Huskies are on a 4-0 run without reply from the Rougier. 3:23 left in this first half of play. Here is Flindell against Holt. Tripped up, off balance, and a rebound right back to Holt. In the game now is Maldi once again for the Huskies. Verret's got space. Verret, tough play. Better defending by the Huskies. Krasic. Maldi going through towards Dodig. The backdoor pass, and the arrow is won back by Lajoie. Laval's got numbers up ahead in a 4-4, now making a 5-on-4. Verret with 2:41 left in this first half of play. Going towards the left, that's been their avenue of attacking. Around the protractor it comes. Here's Brinley Holt. She's been the hot hand in this first half of play. 6 left in the shot clock. Holt and Krasic, telescopic arms coming up with the partial rejection. Backing over, Dodig, and this will remain Saskatchewan ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of transition play mode so far, right? But a few missed layups. Again, all shots that they want in this ball game.
And that is going to be a violation.
Right. You know, Saskatchewan have to do a much better job securing angles and, opening, opportunities to make passes here.
Timeout called here, and as we said before, a 22-19 lead for Laval over Saskatchewan. Coach Dana Ross Mocon on this Saturday evening. And right now, the Rougier are up by 3 over the defending champion. Here is the Olympian, Elliot Grandin, who did very well at the Milano Games. A silver medal in men's snowboard cross. And here he is watching this game, supporting women's sports. I don't snowboard, but it's a cool sport.
Yeah, I mean, anything going to the Olympics is cool, Mo. It's no small feat.
No, it isn't. But congratulations to Grandin on winning a silver at the Milan Games. And right now, Laval and Saskatchewan, they want to win gold at the Women's Nationals. And we are in semifinal number 2. UNB winning rather comfortably in the second half against Calgary. And the loser of this game will have a date with Calgary at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And with 2:16 left here, it's a 3-point lead. And for those who thought this would be a high-scoring game, I hate to disappoint you, it's low-scoring today.
I mean, all good, great defensive-minded teams. So, expect some great effort from both teams defensively.
Well, today's generation is all about is ADD. They want to have bing, bang, boom, explosion, fireworks, scoring. Here is Verret, denied. And this will be Saskatchewan ball. And you talk about Ella Wiebe. She has been a chief destroyer at both ends of the court. Her size has been problems for Laval's starting 5 out there.
Yeah, I mean, she is that goaler in that key, really not allowing anyone to score over her.
Here is Wiebe. Krasic, Flindell against Lajoie. Flindell short on that one. Flindell, second bite of the cherry is sweet. And now they're down by 1.
Again, we're talking about offensive rebounding. That's their 7th offensive rebound.
Lajoie almost lost the handle with Flindell lurking with intent. We are approaching 1:25 left in this first half of play. A near fumble. It is a fumble. Here is Dodig, and here comes Krasic, the veteran. And the lead back in for Saskatchewan. Timeout called by Giroux. And you saw a bit of angst, you saw a bit of nerves, and you saw that this was not the most prettiest flow of basketball from Laval the last couple possessions.
Listen, that gave Gage Grassick her first field goal of the game, right? So now she's 1 for 7 from the field. But ultimately, if you look at this, the field goal percentage is, 25% to 25%, very low, low percentage shots. And ultimately, it's because defense is so strong.
If I told you, Coach, if Gage Grassick was 1 of 7 and you are in a 23-21 game with Saskatchewan, would you take it?
Absolutely. This is a former national player of the year. You are really making it tough on Gage Grassick to find any kind of flow offensively. And so if you are the Laval Rouge, you're happy with what's happening right now.
And here is Grassick with the go-ahead buckets. And if you're not a fan of U Sports, welcome to becoming a fan of U Sports basketball. These are the finest of the best of the best women in Canada who are going at it today. And the winner will punch their passports to tomorrow night and the gold medal game here on this court from St. Foy, Quebec. 1:16 left in this first quarter play. Holt along with Baudry-Blais, with Ural, Khalifi, and Verrett. Grassick with Dodig, Flendell, Weeb on the court for the Huskies along with Maldi. Here is Holt. There goes Holt. Overcooked that shot. Weeb on the cleanup. And Grassick, every possession, the weight of gold in this matchup. Flendell looking for the cut. Here is Weeb. And Weeb is an artist.
She is cooking today. 14 points, 8 rebounds, Mo. They are leaning on to Murphy Weeb to stay in this game.
Holt had Maldi Bambi on ice for the moment, and again, Holt is having a tough time than before. You talk about the epitome of dynamism. Weeb is that for Saskatchewan. Flendell. Verrett on the rebound. 20 seconds left, and Laval can play for the last shot. The small clock is off, down to 15 ticks to go. And they're going to go down to this last shot to the wire. Verrett. 4 left from the game clock. Verrett from Quebec City. And that's going towards the St. Lawrence River. At the end of the first half, Saskatchewan 25, Laval 22. Up next, it's the halftime show. The profiles of Gage Grassick and Léa-Sophie Verrett here from St. Foy, Quebec. You're watching the 2026 Sunlight U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob in Hilton, Quebec on CBC. Stay tuned.
I'm Logan Reeder, and I play for the University of Saskatchewan women's basketball team. I started playing basketball when I was a kid from just playing on my driveway. My brother always used to play with his friends outside, and I just wanted to be involved. So one day I picked up a ball and just went and decided to play with them on the driveway, and since then I've kind of found my love for the game. In a one-on-one, I would say now I would dominate my brother, but it took me a good 10 years to get to that level. I would describe my style of play as gritty and resilient. I always like to be the hardest working player on the court and never give up, depending on the scenario. Beyond wins and losses, I've always tried to set little goals for myself. And, you know, when we're going down the court, I'm going to say I'm going to get one stop on this down and back. I'm going to try and get a steal. I'm going to try and get a solid block out. It's little things like that that add up. And at the end of the game, they make those wins and losses turn out how they are. And just little goals like that is what keeps me motivated to keep going. I really look up to many players, but I think just in the spectrum of my family, I really look up to my dad. He always has motivated me from a young age to always work hard no matter the circumstance. And in hard times like COVID, when we couldn't really play, he was there for me from day one, making sure that I was keeping my skills up and working hard and making sure that I was able to keep my basketball skills moving even though we weren't able to play on a court. My teammates have helped me tremendously. They have shown me what it's like to be surrounded by the most hardworking group of women I've ever been a part of. They're just good people that show up every day and they want the best for me and I want the best for them. And they have shown me what it's like to be surrounded by confident, hardworking young women, and I really could not be here today without them.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Bonjour, moi c'est Sarine Kilifi. Je suis en ma 5e et dernière année avec le Rouge et Or de l'Université Laval et je suis une point guard. J'ai commencé à jouer là, au basket au primaire vers l'âge de 12 ans parce que c'était un peu le seul sport là, qu'il y avait à mon école primaire. Puis j'avais une grande sœur là, également là, qui jouait au basket, donc j'ai continué là, dans la même lignée qu'elle. Je pense que je suis un joueur qui est quand même explosif, qui va utiliser sa rapidité, surtout en transition, puis qui aime beaucoup créer là, pour mes teammates. Je crois que le succès là, en dehors des victoires et des défaites, c'est surtout les relations là, que tu vas créer avec les gens, que ce soit, comme j'ai dit, là, mes teammates, mais avec tout le monde que tu vas côtoyer. Parce que qu'est-ce qui te permet là, de réussir, là, il y a beaucoup de composantes qui te permettent de réussir. Donc, je pense que c'est les liens, puis comme j'ai dit, là, les relations avec les gens. Je pense que mes parents sont une bonne source là, d'admiration. Je les admire beaucoup parce que c'est des immigrants qui sont arrivés ici avec pas grand-chose, puis qui m'ont permis là, à moi et mes sœurs de me donner une super de belle vie, beaucoup d'opportunités que d'autres n'ont pas eues. Donc, je trouve que c'est des personnes qui ont travaillé super fort, puis je les admire beaucoup pour ça. Bien, c'est sûr que le basket, c'est un sport d'équipe. Il y a beaucoup, on est une équipe qui est très nombreuse, donc ça reste qu'en dehors, comme sur le terrain de basket, c'est beaucoup de gestion, là, que ce soit, comme j'ai dit, là, des affaires en lien avec le basketball ou autres. Donc, je pense qu'ils m'ont beaucoup aidé à grandir là, tout ce qui est mon leadership, puis tout ce qui est ma gestion là, de tout de façon générale. Là. Je pense qu'on est une équipe qui va rapidement, qui a une fierté là, à jouer en défensive, qui lance beaucoup. Mais je pense que la clé là, la plus importante de notre succès cette année puis dans les dernières années, c'est vraiment le fait que quand on joue ensemble, quand on sait ce qu'on a à faire, qu'on exécute puis qu'on est focus, on est une équipe là, qui est très solide. puis qui est imbattable. On aime bien le croire.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
That's embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. Using FIG for home improvement money. A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Or better with FIG.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back here. Here's the Wilson halftime stats, and look at it now, Coach. This is not going to be on the highlight tape for field goal percentages, as Laval and Saskatchewan on average 24% between the two teams. But again, a key note to look at here is that it's still in the balance, because even with one-way traffic, USask still is having difficulty with Laval's peskiness on both sides of the court.
Yeah, I mean, Mo, you see the full field goal percentage here is very, it displays a lot of, defensive effort on both ends here. So Laval shooting 22% from field goal, which shoots better from the three-point line, is, something that, they typically do. On the flip side, Sask hasn't been able to knock down a three yet, so they're 0 for 8. So I believe they're going to start filling the basket a bit better this second half. But what I want us to look at right now is that, yes, Sask has 25 total rebounds, but they have 7 offensive rebounds, and that's what's keeping them in this ball game, especially if they're not making any threes right now.
Well, we'll see what happens now. The fragility of the rebounding numbers could be a key factor for either side going towards this second half. You see the first half highlights, Khalifi hitting that shot that didn't count. And remember, Laval's had a lot of easy layups that they've not converted, and you have to convert if you're going to beat the defending national champions at their own game.
Yeah, credit to, again, a very disciplined Sask team that, rides your hip and keeps their hand high, not allowing the ref to call any fouls on it.
And there we are with what has gone through so far. Laval live and die by the three, and as I said before, we'll see what happens if maybe the law of averages goes in favor for the Huskies with their three-point shooting, where Laval made 4 triples in the first half of this matchup here from St. Foy, Quebec. We get ready for second half action here. Stay tuned. Coming up, the final 20 minutes. Could it be Saskatchewan or could it be Laval? They'll have a date with UNB for the gold medal game tomorrow for the Bronze Baby statue. Stay tuned. Welcome back here. Diana Ross, Mo Con. Sorry, head coach Diana Ross.
Please, Mo.
I apologize. I'll run laps afterwards. Right now, no one's running any laps on each other here, Coach, going towards second half. Starting off with Laval. They're chasing this game down by 3. What's the key for them to get back and maybe have the lead going to the fourth quarter?
They've got to make sure that they end every possession with a box out, not allowing Sask to get second chances opportunity. And then they're going to try to get to that transition game that they love so much, but maybe not trying to score over Murphy Weeb in that paint.
All right, and for Saskatchewan, they were bright, they stuttered, and they found a bit of verve late in the first half. What has to change for them to get back a stranglehold on Laval?
I think what it is trying to they have to be able to sustain the physicality of this game and not, getting bumped off their line, and really trying to be a bit more aggressive to the rim on that first end.
Here's Gage Grasick, the pharmacist. She's got plenty in her display of talent that she can work with. Weeb, another talented player. And a rebound that will roll out of play, and this goes back to the Rouge, and I believe now that is offensive rebound number 8 for Saskatchewan, albeit though they came up empty.
Yeah, and their 14th turnover, really.
I don't know what's better or what's worse.
Hey, Mo, you talk about a pharmacist. Kalifi is a pharmacist as well.
Well, someone's going to have to give us some medication to kind of calm our hearts down here. And right now, the hearts are beating at a higher clip for both teams. Holt, her heart is beating normal. Another triple for her, and now we're back to 25 apiece.
That's impressive. I mean, when she feels it, you can't really deny those, huh?
2 of 3, and now we're back to parity. Weeb, high-low, Flindell, spectacular on that. Takes it to another gear on the finish.
Unhappy with the no call there.
And we were up 2. The quick hands by DeMong. 1 play to beat. Will they give up the 2? And there is a call, and free throws come up on Laval.
That's Florence Fortin's second foul.
And here's the replay there. And the hold to 3.
That's a deep range, Mo.
And DeMong at the line. 66% from St. Albert, Alberta. Her and Flindell are both from the same area. That is actually, St. Albert is just outside of Edmonton. It is a hotbed for athletes. Mark Messier, Jerome McGill, a lot of AHL players and U Sport.
Time to let that shot go.
Back to DeMong. DeMong still going, devoured. And Holt's expression says it all. The heartbeat of this Laval team, and it goes back to the Rouge with 8:21 left.
She's such an energizing player for the Laval Rouge. She expresses a lot of emotions, and they're feeding off of her right now.
And here is the ability of the Laval Rouge. It is Beautrier play, and that is a miss again for Fortin, and 8 minutes left in this third quarter play. DeMong over, and with it is Dodig. 7 on 7, and back over to DeMong again. Post play, quick hands. Weeb, double team. Weeb. And we have a jump ball arrow going towards Laval. And so far at this tournament, we've seen a lot of these collision courses of grabbing the ball, as you see right here.
Yeah, you know, Mo, she had such a great first half that Laval had to start doing something so that she doesn't impact the offensive game as much here. So this is what they're doing. They're throwing a second body to Murphy Weeb right now.
Open, corner pockets. Missed by Kalifi, and another one and done for Laval. Dodig again. Here's Weeb from the line. And she got fouled by Holt. And again, the credit of fouls start to pick up for Laval. That's their second team foul into this quarter. And here is what happened on that play.
Yeah, being overly aggressive, overly eager. But, early in this third quarter, it's only their second team foul.
Grasick, soft hands. Here's DeMong, and there is Weeb. And that is what you call come to the rescue for Saskatchewan, is Weeb and her ability to score these points, up by 5.
It's a beautiful play by DeMong there.
It's not mission impossible yet for Laval, but they can ill afford to let this game slip away if not scoring points. Holt from the flats. Fortin can't get it, and she is fouled and will go to the free throw line. And for Laval, coach, you look at the numbers right now. Saskatchewan, 16 trips, 10 to 16. Laval, 2 of 2 so far in this game from the line.
Yeah, I mean, Laval are shooting a lot of threes, so that's probably why they don't get to that free throw line a lot.
This Laval team makes about 11 free throws per game. Holt. And this will go off of the foot of Dodig. It remains Laval ball.
And here goes another shooter. And another shooter coming into the Laval.
You're bringing in now Earl and Lajoie into the game. And for Guillaume Giroux trying to just stretch out the Saskatchewan defending to open up the lanes. Can they do so now? Khalifi looking for the outlet. Here's Lajoie. Khalifi, was she out of bounds? And unfortunately for her, she was on the wrong side of the tracks, and it goes back to Saskatchewan. 6:52 left, 5-point lead. This could be the turning point now for the Huskies and Rougier. Laval needs at least 2 more stops and conversion for points. Grasic bouncing off 1. And that's a giveaway. Lajoie on the recovery. And that's off the foot, and it goes back to Laval, and that was last touch by Maldi. And Saskatchewan with 6:33 left. This game a real grind out, chisel out game for both sides.
Yeah, with their 15 turnover there, Mo.
That's not good. That's their average. And we're not even through this game yet. We're only through 2.5 quarters of play. Barrett, will she fancy this shot? Going towards the near side, backing up with Dodig on her. 5 left in the shot clock for Laval. Not much going. Static. Khalifi is static.
Now, Mo, she knocked down that shot against TMU, and now she's fully confident in her shooting ability. Sometimes you just need one of them.
2-point lead for Saskatchewan. Khalifi on the rebound. And now it is a 4-on-4. It could be a 5-on-4 for Laval. Drop pass, extra pass, Barrett for the lead. And that will roll out of play like a curling shot. And had that gone through, that would have popped the foundation screws in this gym.
Hey, this Laval team is very impressive, Mo. Listen, they are 6 for 17 from the three-point line, 35% from that range, but they're only 23% from the field.
It's the highs and the lows. And right now, when you're at the highest of highs, you also have the lowest of lows, but it's what you call the law of averages. Reader. Weeb. Another miss for Saskatchewan, and here is Khalifi back with it. And as this game gets a little bit twitchier, it plays right into Laval's hands. Extra pass again, around the protractor it goes. Khalifi, watch closely again. Here is Baudry-Blais. And this is going to be against Laval.
Yeah, they got too excited on that.
The finer details, and they got exposed on that.
Yes. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm going to say that Tia DeMong was just extremely smart using her veteran experience onto that.
She is a 5th year, and you have to use your angles. DeMong again. Here is Weeb. And another miss for Weeb. Khalifi back on the front foot into the Pledge territory. South of 5, down by 2 is Laval against Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan has led for the majority of this game. Khalifi, switch of play from the flats. Splash. Big shot coming through. This time from Couturier. She played her stage up ball at St. Jean. Had some clutch moments. And now that was a clutch shot. Timeout call. Laval up by a score 31-30. You're watching the 2026 Sun Life Youth Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob in Hilton, Quebec on CBC.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Catch the best U Sports men's hockey teams as they face off at the 2026 University Cup presented by Steel Mazda, live from Halifax. Action begins Thursday, March 19th at 12 noon on CBC. CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. U Sports on CBC where champions are made. And right now, this has been a championship fight with these two teams. Laval's up by 1, 4:43 left in this quarter of play. Coach, what's got to change for Saskatchewan? They have gone cold from the field.
Yeah, honestly, Mo, that's what it is that Khalifi was able to set her teammate up and shooting those threes. And on the other end, well, this is what they are looking for. And
that is what Weeb does. Weeb does what Weeb does, and she gets another 2 points to get them up by 1. A wonderful start for Ella Murphy-Weeb. Khalifi's jumper. Shooter's touch. And they're back up by 1.
She is absolutely confident right now. She has 9 points, 2 rebounds. She's really, showing up under these bright lights.
Right now the lights are shining on both USask and Laval. Here is Grasic. Another rebound for DeMong. And there is a fight for it. Reeder back with it for the Huskies. Dodeg. That deflected up in the air. And Khalifi on the recovery. And you just feel it right now with 3:41 left in this third quarter of play. Every possession crucial. And coming through again is the open spot, Lejoie. And over and out it is. And here is DeMong back over towards Grasic. Grasic now, and that is a charge, and that is going to be a foul on Grasic, who's a bit perplexed on that call going against her.
Yeah, that is a tough call. Look at this here.
There might have been Oscar acting by Khalifi. You know, the Oscars are in 10 days.
You know what she does. She's able to draw fouls, create fouls, and, be a bit more selling of them.
Best supporting actor in the semifinal goes to. And now it is Laval back on possession with a 1-point lead. Euro. That's rejected away. Kept alive by Laval. Khalifi. Another missed 3 for Laval. Now they are 7-20 from long range, shooting 35%. Grasic. Directing traffic is DeMong. Facing up is Weeb. DeMong, that's her spot. And back over to Couturier it comes, and you have to wonder if maybe she should have advanced it quicker. But Laval will slow it down here as Giroux giving the last second instructions to Khalifi.
Yeah, this game has been going back and forth, has been so physical. Setting offense is not a bad thing for either team right now.
Verrett from the center arc. And a rebound again for Saskatchewan. Another one and done for Laval. Again, there's nothing more but three-point shooting. Not many points in the paint for Laval compared to Saskatchewan, who's had a plethora of points in the paint.
Yeah, but if they continue that way, Mo, 3 points are better than 2s at this point, right? So.
And now there's a fight for it. DeMong on the court, goes out of bounds, 2:06 left. And it's back to Laval the other way. And you look at the points in the paint right now, it's a 16-6 edge for Saskatchewan, so a plus 10 for them with 2:06 left. It's still a 1-point lead for the Rougier.
Whereas on the other side, Saskatchewan hasn't made a 3 yet, and Laval is shooting 7 for 20.
Brittany Hope back in the game, and this is going to be a foul, and that's on Euro.
It's the same call, just a few possessions before on Khalifi.
So far, the highest scoring quarter was the 14 by Saskatchewan in round 1. Since then, it's been 11-7 for Laval, 12, 10, and 11 through nearly 3 quarters of play. Flendell. She's got space. Flendell is fouled and will go to the line for free throws coming up for the Huskies, who today have had 16 attempts, 10 and 16. That's their first free throws, as you see from the replay right there.
Yeah, it's again, they believe in Flendell's ability to create an opportunity for herself. She went downhill there, creating a foul, and now 2 free throws. Now Laval has 5 team fouls so far in this game, in this third quarter.
6 points for Flendell. She's 0-3 from three-point range. And again, when you say Flendell, Grasic are a combined 7 points so far, that is eyebrow raising.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Saskatchewan team is so good that even with those stats, they're still in this game. Actually, they're up in this game, 34-33. So you're talking about 2 Canada West All-Stars.
I would say superstars.
Superstars, indeed.
1:38 left in this third quarter play. Laval down 34-33 to a very strong Husky team. Both teams lost in their conference playoffs, and here is Khalifi back with it. Eyeball to eyeball, going up. And the rebound right into the hands of Demong, and well defended by Dodig. Dodig's on the go, and here she is. Bike on. Demong, post play, off the chest, and back out it comes to Couturier. All by herself, she'll circle the wagons and wait for Brinley Holt and the Laval Rouge with a minute left in this first third quarter play.
Couturier in her first presence in this game. She knocked down a 3 just before that timeout. But, you know, she didn't even play on the Thursday game, and she showed up today ready to go and, you know, getting this experience under the bright lights.
51 seconds left in this third quarter. Flendell, the go-ahead free throws. And that's smooth. And they're up by 3.
All right, she got exactly where she wanted to go, Mo.
Khalifi back with it. Laval for the tie. Another one and done for Laval, and now it's Flendell's turn. And she's started to get hot, scored the last 4 points for Saskatchewan. Big clock, 20 seconds. Small clock, 16 seconds. Here is Grasic against Veretz. Which way will they go? 10 left on the game clock for Sask. Off the foot. And that is saving grace for the Huskies.
Yeah, I mean, still 9 seconds to go there. That's some great defense by the Laval Rouge. And
this will be Saskatchewan ball. 9.2 left in this third quarter. They're up by 3. They've been up as much as 7. And this is going to be Dodig, the inbounder, with Brett on her. Couturier watching Grasic. Flendell, 4 left. Flendell, overcooked. And the jump ball arrow towards Saskatchewan. And that will be that. We're through 3 rounds. 30 minutes of exhaustion, 10 more minutes left. Who has it in their adrenaline to come up with the win and booking a date with UNB? You're watching the 2026 Sunlight U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob in Hilton, Quebec on CBC. Stay tuned.
Le sport en direct sur ICTout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
And here are the Wilson third quarter stats. And again, not the most eye-popping, maybe more sore for the eyes than easy in the eye. And for Laval and Saskatchewan, only 69 combined points between the two teams that have scored, on average, 153 points per game combined.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, Laval shooting better from that three-point land and, field goal. And the opposite side, Saskatchewan is shooting better. And not that great, but still better than a 0% from that three-point shooting percentage there.
Flindell. Here's the three. And right now it has not gone down at all. They are now 0-11, and another unforced error by Laval. They've had two of those in the last few possessions at both ends of the courts.
Yeah, it's just a miscue, miscommunication, and trying to go too fast maybe.
And it will be Saskatchewan ball. Can they punish the miscue by Laval on this inbound play? Weeb, the turn. And Laval will breathe a sigh of relief. Verrett back with it. 9:34 left in this fourth quarter play. It might be first one to 50 wins at this clip that we're going at. Down to the 45. And that wasn't the best shot taken by Baudry-Blais. They're now 7-22 from three-point range. Flindell. Will Sask dare Laval to attack the paint, guarding the three-point line?
I mean, they've been so successful. I mean, Saskatchewan has been so successful deterring shots when they're inside that paint that, what's the point of shooting twos when you can shoot, what's the point of shooting twos when you can shoot threes, Mo?
Well, right now the threes have not gone in yet for Laval in quite a while. And here is Verrett, and this will be a whistle on Grasek. And that'll be the first team foul of this fourth quarter.
Right, Grasek is saying that, a lot of a hook there.
A little cheeky move by Verrett. That's fifth year cheeky violence by Verrett on Grasek.
I don't know about cheeky.
Well, it was. You did the hook and you didn't see the hook, right? That's being cheeky.
Yeah, and I think, Gage was not happy with that because she thought it was the same foul on the other end.
Tomatis, Giroux, two incredible generals at their craft as head coaches of their respective programs. Here's Khalifi, tough shot. And that is going to find its way into the hands of Saskatchewan. And they will bring it back up with Grasek on the control of the ball. Around Khalifi she goes. Grasek looking for the trail, finding it towards Dodig. Weep. Here's Grasek. And that rebound finds its way towards Laval.
There's at least one person on the ground every possession, Mo.
There's a lot of sweat on the ground. And Verrett. And that will be a second foul on Grasek in the last minute of play.
Yeah, she's trying to get going.
And right now, that's second personal foul on Grasek, second team foul on Saskatchewan. 8:09 left here in this fourth quarter of play from St. Foy, the amphitheater. And this could be the theater of dreams for one of these teams if they move on to face UNB tomorrow night. Baudry-Blais. Here is Verrett again. 5 left in the shot clock. Earl. And again, the confidence trying to teeter for Laval when it comes to the field goal numbers. Only 12 of 52, shooting 23%. Flindell. Lovely move going through. And Damong will go to the free throw line as she bamboozled the Laval defending on that play.
This is probably one of their best offensive flow. The ball went from one side to the other, creating closeouts, allowing Thea Damong to go downhill and force a foul from Frédéric Baudry-Blais.
A test of nerve now for Damong. And now they are 12 of 19 from the free throw line. 7 missed freebies.
Do you think that the crowd has something to do with this, Mo?
Perhaps. Not that time. And it's up to 4. 2-score lead, 7:35 left in this fourth quarter play. Verrett back over. And now here is Euro in the low block. Trying to work their way through, and again, they cannot find any points at all. They have been struggling in the offensive end with 5 left. They squeezed the play clock, and now Verrett went all glory, and back over it is to Verrett, a new 14. Holt again, driving through. Build-up of a real crescendo for Holt, and now they're down by 2.
That would be a 9 offensive rebound for the Laval Rouge et Or.
Give away. Laval could tie or take the lead. And here is Holt, who's been the hot hand in the first half, now in the second half. From the center arc. Splash! Earl on the finish. And now Laval on a 5-0 run. 6:30 left.
That's a big shot from Earl right there. Back-to-back baskets for the Laval Rouge et Or. Saskatchewan will have to find a way to respond to this run here. And they do.
Breaking the tension is Weeb. And they're back up by 1. And now it is all to do for Laval. Can they find the go-ahead baskets? Lajoie thought about it. Here is Verrett in the open space. No Khalifi out there. Grasic on Verrett. 4 left in the shot clock. Same spot, not the same reaction. And back out it comes, and Flindell was caught in 2 minds. And Laval given a lifeline going the other way.
Yeah, Mo, that would be their 23rd turnover. And it seems a bit unforced on that. Maybe a bit of fatigue involved.
Mental fatigue, perhaps. But again, they didn't play yesterday, so they've had the time off to reboost their mindsets. Here's another 3 for Lajoie. That was quick, nothing more than that. 5:34 left. It is Dodig on the go, on her bike, and she went airborne and got fouled. And will go to the free throw line coming up for the Huskies.
To be able to grab that rebound and going into transition and then drawing that foul. Now it's just a matter of converting these 2 free throws for the Saskatchewan Huskies.
And she does on the first one. The repertoire has been the free throw shooting for the Huskies. Up by 2. Up by 3. And all to do for the Laval Rouge et Or. Can it disrupt this Husky dominance on their home court for the tie? And again, another missed 3-pointer. They're 8 of 27 from long range. 5:16 left in this fourth quarter play. It's not been the easy relationship with Laval in the 3-point shot. It's been hit or miss, and right now they're missing.
The law of the average, right?
That is what it is right now. It remains Laval ball with 5:16 left in this fourth quarter play.
You know what it is, Mo, is that they're still getting shots by their shooters, and as long as they believe in that, they'll live and die by that 3-point line.
And caught it too much was Lajoie. Foreign territory for her, and now it's back to Saskatchewan. Looking to put the sword to the hearts of Laval. Grasic. Here is Flindell. Watched by Couturier. The veteran versus the rookie. The veteran can't hit that one, and rebounded by Holt. 4:45 left in this fourth quarter play. coming through again. It is Holt still in possession for a long-range shot. And the idea was there, but the execution was not.
Yeah, you know, to see the reaction of Guillaume Giroux, I'm not sure that is exactly the shot that they're looking for. But again, someone like Holt can get hot really quickly.
The post play, stumbling, and this will be a foul on Holt. Weeb got tripped up, and that will be the third team foul on Laval in this quarter of play. And a timeout called here with 4:18 left in this fourth quarter of play. You're watching the 2026 Sun Life U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8, presented by Michelob in Hilton, Quebec on CBC. Final chapter of this matchup coming down to the wire. Stay tuned on CBC.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan. A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Borrow better with FIG.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
So tomorrow night, we have the gold medal game here from Laval. It is the gold medal game. UNB's in it. The question now remains who will be with them. Will it be Saskatchewan? Will it be Laval? 5 p.m. tip-off tomorrow night here from the amphitheater. The 2026 Sun Life U Sports Women's Basketball Final 8. It all comes down to tomorrow. Will it be UNB or will it be one of these teams that wins the gold in 24 hours from now? Weeb. Murphy Weeb over towards Grasic. Open three. Splash! And that could be a real dagger in the hearts of Laval, down by 6.
Mo, after 36 minutes of playing time, this is when they hit their first three. And they're now 1 for 13 in this game.
And a miss from Khalifi. It's not the quantity, it's the quality, and that was a quality shot coming in from the Huskies. The champions standing firm against the challengers. Flindell, and this might be a go-time moment now for the Huskies. From the line. And a rebound for Khalifi. 3:30 left in this ball game. Khalifi, can she attack? She does indeed, but lost the handle, and this goes back to the Huskies. Not many possessions left in this fourth quarter. We are now down to 3:14 left in this period of play. Flindell. Poked away for the moment, kept alive. Here is Dodig. Dodig! Weeb! Rebound Laval.
Again, another offensive rebound for the Saskatchewan Huskies. They are trying to stay alive by getting these second chances opportunity.
For Holt. And again, another one and done, and you see the frustration from Giroux and his staff on that decision from Holt.
That's trying to go for the home run, whereas...
And that was a home run blocked by Holt. Here's Khalifi. They need points now, 2-on-1. Khalifi. And this will be a block on the Huskies, on Dodig.
And you also see the frustration on the bench there, on the Saskatchewan bench, but this is a beautiful defensive effort from Holt.
And there is Khalifi now at the line, coming up for free throws. 2-3 left, your 6-point lead. The adventures of this game has taken so many twists and turns.
This is only their third and fourth free throw, and they're now 3 for 3 from that free throw line.
They have to hit this one to get this down to a 2-score lead of 4 points. And that does not happen. 5-point lead. Saskatchewan having the 5 points in their back pocket. They want to squeeze clock and really put Laval to the mercy. Flendell. Grasic. High risk, and that will be a foul on Euro.
All right, that's just a tic-tac-toe type of play, knowing that Murphy Weeb is their hot hand right now, so they're going directly into her and trying to find an opportunity at the rim.
And now with that end line pass here, new 14, 2:10 left in this ball game. 5-point lead. Laval is starting to run out of racetrack to get back in this matchup. Euro guarding Weeb. Weeb, that could be the kill shot.
She is so patient. She is so experienced. Her footwork is impeccable.
And another foul called on Saskatchewan. And Weeb today has been absolutely box office for the Huskies. She's on 20 points, 14 rebounds, 7 of 13 from the field today.
Both teams with 4 team fouls with less than 2 minutes to go, Mo.
Here is Holt. And again, they have to be efficient in possession. They cannot kill off seconds and come off with a poor shot. Khalifi driving. The fade. And that is efficient over Dode.
Khalifi is made for big moments, Mo. She gets exactly to her spot. That's the shot that she's used to taking every single game this season or in her career, as a matter of fact.
Demong. Demong. And one. Nope, that will not count. Travel instead. And we'll see now what will be the call here for Coach Giroux, chasing his first ever national title at the youth sports level as a head coach. He won it in the CCAA with the Nomads of Montmorency 3 years in a row. And that could have been a foul. And Dodick did not see it from behind. And this goes back to Saskatchewan, who rather take possession than what transpired before.
It's coming down to the wire.
1:18 left in this fourth quarter of play. Waves, space to work with. And now they're in kill the clock mode and kill off Laval mode. 5-point lead with 1:08 left in this matchup. Dodig. Here's Weeb. Here's Grasic. You want the ball in your big hitter's head. Grasic. And that is why she is the alpha of this team. Timeout called by Giroux. 7-point lead. And now Laval is on its last rites on their deathbed with 57 seconds left in this matchup.
That is such a veteran, experienced player right there. No one's speeding her up. She knows that they need a basket, and she just throws it up.
And right now, when you think about the overall numbers right now, Laval as a whole, Coach, and that's key shot making by Saskatchewan. Laval as a whole, Coach, ready for this? They are 7 of 35 from the field. That isn't a three-point shot.
And they are 8 for 29. So when I tell you that they're better off shooting threes, that's what I meant.
And right now has lived and died by the sword, and right now they're about to be put to the sword by the Huskies in this game.
But this is not uncommon for Laval. You know, this is the game that they play. This is their identity. And we talked about it on the TMU game. They live and they die by it. And, you know, luckily against TMU, they live by it. But, you know, they had a poorer percentage in that game.
So they're going to advance the ball. They're playing the clock advantage now of 14 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get off a quick shot. That's going to be a high percentage conversion for them. And what is in their magic bag now, the tricks that they have. Going to apply the tricks and flicks. Play for the inbounder. Watched by Dode. Demong will have the chores of Holt. Holt, the fade. And that's out of bounds, and this will go to Saskatchewan instead with 50 seconds left in this matchup.
That's a high-quality shot for Laval. They're now into a 1-2-2, trying to pressure the ball and hopefully steal this ball or creating a turnover.
Back out it comes to the open space, deflected away. Holt on the layup, and will convert, and now they're down by 5 with 36 seconds left. Timeout called by Tomaitis. And you have to wonder if she will advance the ball to avoid any pressure coming in from Laval in the full court press.
Let's see it.
So Laval gets 1 back here, but again, they need to get 2 more scores without reply, and that means it's 5 points, so it's 2 and 3 in some sort of combination. And if you're Coach Tomaitis, what are you looking at right now to kind of ease the tension, I see from the highlight here from Brilliant Hilt on the breakaway?
I mean, you want to go to your go-to players, right? So Murphy Weeb has been doing a terrific job for the Huskies today, and Gage Grasick is always someone that you can rely on making plays or getting a basket. And so if you can get an easy bucket here, you want to get it. But ultimately, if you want to get a foul, then that's also a great option. But, you know, the biggest thing is taking care of the ball here because they do have 26 turnovers in this game already.
Last rights being talked about in the huddles for Saskatchewan Laval. And you see it there on the Wilson stats. The field goal numbers combined is an average, not so pretty. It is an average of 26% between the two teams.
But there's an absolute dominance on that rebounding, and 48-32. Sorry, 48-31.
31.
Apologies, my math.
That's okay. McGill math is not the best math sometimes.
No, don't generalize that.
5-point lead now for the Huskies. The press is on. And they get the foul on Weeb. And this will be on Ural or Holt.
On Ural.
And you see the replay right there, and that is on Ural. And Fortin was about to come back in. And for Ural, it's her 5th foul, so she is done. And Giroux is a bit animated with the coaching staff and what's going on right now. And they'll bring in Fortin into the hopper. And Giroux is still animated with the referee on what has gone down. And if looks could die right now, Guillaume Giroux's look is saying it all.
Yeah, I'm wondering what happened there.
He's getting an explanation now, and that's a miss for Weeb. So at minimum, 2-score lead for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and a team like Laval that can really shoot themselves back into games, you really want to take care of these free throws here.
And with that timeout call, 31 seconds left in this matchup. And now it is the old calling card of the 3-point shot for Laval. It's going to make him or break him, and they need 2 of those in a span of 31 seconds without reply by the Huskies. And the defending champions, if they prevail, will have their eyes set on the UNB Reds from the University of Laval tomorrow night. Let's go through Coach Giroux's mind right now and explain the play call to his troops.
That it's a must score, and that from there we either have to steal the ball or foul them early so that the clock doesn't run so much.
And for Coach Tomaitis, what's going through her conversation with her team?
Explaining what the tendencies are, making sure that they don't foul on that 3-point line, right? Running them off of that 3-point line and making sure that, you know, the Laval players have to put it on the ground and going against Weeb or Tia DeMong inside and, you know, taking care of the ball once they get it, expecting to be fouled.
Khalifa, the inbounder. This could be the last roll of the dice for Laval against Saskatchewan. They score this, we have a lot of jeopardy to look forward to. Holt, watched by DeMong. They'll go for the 2. And that is the miss, and that will be the foul, and that will be that if Saskatchewan hits these free throws.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it. That's the percentage inside right now is not as great as the percentage outside, and but credit to the Huskies. They have been excellent in terms of being disciplined inside.
And it becomes even tighter. 7-point lead. The champions on the cusp of a date tomorrow night. Rebound, Huskies. They're going to kill off more seconds. They'll play keep away, and this might be it. Grasic. And that will kill off the game here for Laval and Saskatchewan. Heartbreak for the Rougeors as their aspirations for the gold medal will come to an end on their home court. And a rebound again for the Huskies. That will be it. Another foul called, and that will be on Fortin. 8-point lead, and for the Huskies, you can see the smile starting to show up on their faces after a real grind-out game with the Laval Rougeors. And that will ice the game away, up by 9. And up by 10. Last action for Verrett. And the Huskies. And they'll take a foul instead first with 3.8 left.
Just extending that that lead now.
And now the happiness is about to be exploded into the Huskies' body expression. And that is confirmed right there. They will be on their way. (55-43) for the third straight year. Saskatchewan's love affair with the Baby Bronze will continue as they punch their passports for tomorrow night's affair with UNB. They win 55-43 over Laval.
Congratulations to the Saskatchewan Huskies. I mean, it was a hard-fought battle. It was physical. It was gritty. I mean, ultimately, really taking care of business down the stretch and making plays. And a big congratulations to the Laval Rougeors for the fight that they showed and the heart that they showed tonight. Really, absolutely amazing.
De la médaille de bronze, alors que le Rouge et Or affrontera les Dinos de Calgary à 13h. Donc, les billets qui sont en vente pour le match de la médaille de bronze et le match de la médaille d'or qui, lui, sera disputé à 17h et opposera les Huskies de la Saskatchewan et les Reds de UNB. Et mesdames et messieurs, nous attirons maintenant votre attention sur le terrain où nous allons dévoiler les joueuses du match Nike Team de chaque équipe. Fans, at this time, would like to draw your attention back to the court, where we will recognize the Nike Team players of the game. To present the awards, please welcome, pour présenter les prix, veuillez accueillir la coordonnatrice aux opérations Jeux internationaux chez U Sports, Alexandra Roy. La joueuse du match Nike Team du côté du Rouge et Or, the Nike Team. Player of the game for Laval, le numéro 7, number 7, Brindley Holt. Et la joueuse du match, Nike Team du côté des Huskies. The Nike Team player of the game for Saskatchewan, le numéro 10, number 10, Ella Murphy-Wiebe. Alors, encore une fois, mesdames et messieurs, merci d'avoir assisté en grand nombre et d'avoir été bruyants ce soir avec nos peps. Et on vous rappelle que ce n'est pas terminé pour le parcours du Rouge et Or qui disputera le match pour la médaille.
So thank you to everyone showing up tonight. Just making sure that the game tomorrow is at 5 o'clock. And so...
Without further ado, tomorrow night, gold medal game.
Thank you, Mo.
And that will do it here from Laval. It is final score, 55-43 for Saskatchewan over Laval. Coach, tomorrow we have UNB Saskatchewan. This might be the matchup people envisioned, even though the rankings won't say otherwise, given that Sask came in as the 5 seed.
Yeah, I mean, an exciting one nonetheless.
We'll find out tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow for the bronze medal game. It will be Calgary-Laval, and then the gold medal game tomorrow night. The bronze baby statue on the line for Saskatchewan and UNB. We'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, BioSteel, Hilton Quebec, Michelob Ultra, Wilson, APAR, and by Sun Life.